Okay, just an update on Shabazz. He did not practice today and has flu-like symptoms. He took a Tamiflu and he's being hydrated. He had a lot of throwing up last night, starting around 10 o'clock. Didn't get much sleep, was showing up throughout the evening and into the early morning. And then Travis today was able to go non-contact, get up and down, do a bunch of shooting, and so I'm anticipating that he'll be cleared to be able to play more because he had no symptoms whatsoever from any kind of concussion. But that has not been finalized because the doctors have to do that. I guess I'll see the doctor here a little later today, but I'm hopeful that he'll be okay. Questions?
What do you think you can do to avoid the inconsistencies of being a game like last weekend?
You know, first of all, we played great on Thursday night. We watched the film as a team yesterday before practice from both games. We were really good. And you would have to be winning Arizona. You know, they're the number 2 RPI going in the game, and they have a very good team that could potentially go deep, you know, into a NCAA tournament this year. And then, you know, Saturday, the quick turnaround without Travis, you know, I think was definitely a factor. We also didn't have, you could tell we were spent, and maybe some of that was that I pushed them too hard last Monday. You know, last Monday, you know, we had like a 2 hours and 45 minutes, and we were doing nothing but running. I thought it really helped us for Thursday, but I thought maybe that we were a little fatigued on Saturday, probably from how hard we went all week prior to the Arizona game. But that being said, you know, Arizona State's got a very good team. Arizona State's going to get a bunch of wins here in this conference, and give them credit. You know, a good part of the inconsistency from Thursday to Saturday is we were playing a very good team on their home floor that's well coached and tough.
Have you ramped up the conditioning at all this year just because of the nature of the offense being more high-tempo?
Mm-hmm.
How much more maybe than, say, years past?
Well, I just think we're doing more transition stuff on a regular basis. And then you can overdo it. You know, you can overdo it and beat your team up. And so there's a fine line, you know, in trying to find it.
What do you think of the alternate uniforms for tomorrow?
I think it's great, and I think it's going to add to you know, the excitement, you know, for our fans and for our team. It's always fun, so I'm all for it.
Do you see much value in recruiting, like kind of having the cool alternate for some kids?
You know what? I have to ask the 16-year-olds. You know, I can't speak. I saw Kansas had theirs on last night. The kids love that stuff. You know, they love all the uniforms. And so yeah, I think I'm sure the kids love that. You know, they love. You know, it's a multi-billion-dollar business in NBA and, you know, college uniforms and licensing. So no question. Not only the players love it, I mean, everybody loves it. Fans.
Did you address the UCLA rivalry with the freshmen, or did you kind of find that out?
Yeah, both. You know, we talk about it. I mean, it's just, you know, to be their first one, but you know, they get it. I mean, it's a big deal anytime, you know, we're playing SC in any sport. And the same is true, and it's kind of cool. Our conference is really unique in that way, in that everybody, you know, and I think it'll become more like that for Utah and Colorado, but everybody has a rival. You know, Washington State, Arizona State, Oregon State, Cal, Stanford. That is really cool about the Pac-12. No one else can boast that. I think it's really special. It's unique.
The matchups. How do you match up against USC?
You know, I mean, we're gonna, you know, have Fontaine obviously being guarded by Larry, and you know, we'll have, you know, assuming that Shabazz is okay, he'll probably start on Wesley, and we'll have Jordan Adams match up with Terrell, and then Kyle will end up on Wise, and then we'll start with Travis, assuming he's fine and cleared to go on deck.
And what do you think about the SC players?
I think that they have very good size, quickness, athleticism, they're tough. They played an unbelievably tough schedule. They probably played the toughest schedule in our conference when you look at, they played Illinois, Texas, Marquette, San Diego State, at Nebraska, at New Mexico, Minnesota. I mean, they're by far the team that's had the toughest schedule and strength of schedule in our conference.
Bushwas, you get the impression that he'll try to play, or is that kind
It's too early to say. He's got the flu.
Have you seen him in the last 24 hours? Or is he-
Yeah, yesterday at the end of practice, he was fine. Yeah, I was talking to him, he was great. It was 3 o'clock or whatever. And then this thing really hit him about 9 o'clock last night. And I talked to him today, but he's down.
Is it similar to what happened with Kyle and Jordan
No,
last
I think they had, I was explaining it to Chris Foster here, that I think they had the gastrointestinal bug, where this, according to our doctors, is more flu-like symptoms. He has a fever. I think it's one of the things that points to that. He had a fever over 101 today.
Has SC changed at all since the coaching change?
Yeah, I think that they're playing personnel different. Terrell's back and playing a lot. I don't think he was playing a lot when Kevin was the head coach the last 5 or 6 games of his tenure there. I think that Ari Stewart's playing more. I think that they're playing zone, where they never played any zone with Kevin. They're playing some zone now. I think they're really trying to push it. So, yeah, they have played a little differently. They've done a good job. They've been right there. They had a chance to beat Oregon. Oregon's first place team in our league. They had a step back jumper by Fontaine. If it goes, they probably win the game. And then they had 2 fouls. Neither one went in to tie the game. They played ASU, our last opponent, who handled us easily to an overtime loss and had a chance to win that game. They're doing a good job.
Given what Baczynski did to you guys at Kentucky, how much do the 7-footers at USC worry you?
Well, Baczynski, is a very good player. I mean, he's been playing well all year. He played great against us. He's second in the country in block shots. He had 22 and 16, was really strong. And I think that both their 7-footers are good for USC. They can both pose problems. Sorry about the noise, guys. I have no idea what's going on. Get on Alex about that, because we're trying to have a press conference.
They're setting up a problem.
Is that what it is?
They forgot to put the mufflers on me, Paul.
I apologize to you guys. I hope it doesn't affect the sound for you.
Will you guys have any interaction with Reggie tomorrow? Do we want them to see the ceremony at halftime?
It's hard for us to do what they do a ceremony at halftime, because we're right in the middle of a game, and it's so exciting and so long overdue to have Jamal and Don Barksdale, and obviously Reggie's jersey's retired. I think it's really special, and I wish we could be involved. And so, we're very excited for him. He's a great player, and has been a great representative of UCLA, and is really a classy person. So I think it'll be great. I think it's exciting. My sister went to USC. It's got all the LA media here tomorrow. It's beautiful that they're doing it tomorrow, and I'm excited for him.
Could you use about 7 shots from him in the second half?
Yeah. It's amazing about Reggie. I go back and look at his stats. Now, he played before the 3-point line came to college, and he shot over 50% every year that he was here for the field. I think over 51%. And a lot of those were deep range jumpers. I mean, he is arguably the best shooter to ever play the game. And that's a big statement, and that's, very much a statement that could be argued on that behalf. What's interesting to me about him is that usually guys that have really long arms with long levers, like you look at between where his elbow is to his wrist, it's about from where my end of my hand is here to here. It's just so long, so it's just so easy for him. His levers are so long, but yet long arm guys a lot of times aren't great shooters. He's an unbelievable shooter. And one, you use certain guys as examples how to read screens. And you think about Reggie Miller, Rip Hamilton, Ray Allen as being some of the best ever at how to read a screen, how to, come off screens tight or fade or, curl, whatever it is. What a great player.
How much you're gonna have to, if Shabazz plays, gonna have to manage him, and what will be the telltales?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see how he feels tomorrow. I think it's too early to say. Whether or not he'll play, if he does, how he'll do. But he's a tough kid. I mean, as we know, his dad went to USC, so I know this was probably a little more extra special because he's playing against his dad's alma mater. So hopefully he'll be okay. I mean, I'll be praying.
You ever had a guy play with, like, through a flu or through a fever?
I had my best game ever in high school with a fever, so that's what I'll tell him. Is that, and he won't have a fever tomorrow, I don't think. I think, at least I hope not.
That the single game record that got broken last year?
It was. And Roger Lodge and I were joking on his radio show because Roger played at Cerritos. He was a freshman when I was a senior, and he complained to me on the air that our high school coach took him out so he wouldn't break my record, and I complimented my coach, of course, and said, yeah, he did the right thing, Roger. Yeah, my high school coach, Coach Desborough, actually is living in Boise. He just went through an unbelievable hard ordeal and almost died this summer, and had to have aortic valve replacement and made it through it. It was really tough. He was like in a coma for like a month. So I've seen guys, you think about Michael Jordan, one of his signature games ever was that game against the Jazz where he was, really, really sick and ill and didn't let it stop him, from doing what he needed to do. So you see players, raise their level sometimes when they're feeling under the weather, the great competitors, the great ones.
Any more questions?
Okay, thank you.